Hi, this is Stephen Beschloss with America, America.
And this is Mark Jacob with the Stop the Presses newsletter.
And this is On Target.
So today we want to talk about kind of a disturbing story. And now, as we've explained, On Target is an attempt to find positive things in news coverage because, they're so
It
off,
gets
some of the
hard
awful ones.
sometimes.
Yeah, we're trying. And so we want to highlight what is pretty strong media coverage of an awful media story. And what you have is Meta and Mark Zuckerberg deciding to go all in with MAGA and to
Yeah.
be and to
Bowing down to the
bowing down.
orange god. Let's
Yeah,
just
really,
let's say right
and
from the beginning.
in a number of ways, like naming important officials of the company who are diehard Trumpies, giving him $1 million for the inauguration, and most recently, and really in a disturbing way, uh, he announced that there will be no more fact checking on his platforms, on Facebook and on Instagram and Threads. And what you're going to have is just an all out Wild West, where people are allowed to lie and they can get away with it. He's following the Elon Musk model of no fact checking, but community notes, which supposedly is going to allow people to suggest corrections. Stephen, you know how that'll work.
Yeah.
You maybe will get a correction after a million people have seen the erroneous report.
Yeah, and what it's done, Mark, is it just sort of sets the precedent of a version of what used to be Twitter, right? Of the X of an environment, a cesspool of abuse. I mean, that's what we're going to see, where there's not going to be the restrictions the way that they were. And I want to add a couple of notes regarding the piece that we were specifically looking at, which was from CNN, which was just a really good, solid piece of news
Right.
coverage of what happened, which is sort of why we picked that as, while there were others that were kind of good analytical pieces, this just seemed to hit all the necessary notes,
Yeah, it
to
is important.
inform us.
It's important to say that that there are news media outlets that are talking about how other media outlets are not stepping up for democracy.
Yeah, and I'm going to share just a snippet from the CNN story because there's one piece of reporting in there that I think was particularly good, disturbing but good. He the reporter for the piece specifically quotes from Joel Kaplan, who is the new sort of head of the policy arm for Meta, who was the one who went on Fox News to announce what they were doing. And among his comments were, now we've got a new administration and a new president coming in who are, quote unquote, big defenders of free expression.
Right.
And that makes a difference. It sure does make a difference. And then the reporter says the following: Meta gave Trump's team an advance heads up that the moderation policy change was coming. A source familiar with the conversation told CNN. The bowing down was
Right.
clear. If you didn't get it from what the policy change was, you get it from the ways in which they're going about letting their new bosses know kind of what they're doing to serve the interests of Donald Trump and his regime. And Trump at his press conference today specifically acknowledged, after seeing the appearance by Kaplan on Fox, that Meta has, quote unquote, come a long way. I watched their news conference. I thought it was a very good news conference. I think they've honestly come a long way. I watched it. The man was very impressive.
Right.
They're laying the predicate for, if you do what I say, you win the prize.
Well, that someone asked Trump whether he thought that his threats against Zuckerberg had an effect, and he said yes.
Yeah,
So really, what it is it's the government strong arming media organizations to bow down. I mean, this is just what fascists do. This is it's really alarming to see that this collapse by such an important outlet, and it means that many people are going to believe lies because of this, and which is
right.
endangers us all. And Stephen, I did want to mention that it's not just Zuckerberg. Jeff Bezos is, seems to have really folded too.
Right.
And everyone's running for the exits at the Washington Post because of it. He's given money to Trump too, and he's green lighted this documentary supposedly of Melania, which
Yeah.
she's one of the
Obviously,
producers
a
of.
vanity project that she's an
Oh,
executive producer of.
ridiculous,
Yeah,
ridiculous,
$40 million
and
for a
CNBC.
documentary.
And to give credit where it's due, CNBC's headline on that did point out that Bezos was cozying up to Trump, and that's what they had in the headline. And,
Yeah,
and so thank goodness the media are reporting on how terrible the media are being right now. And
yeah.
which is, I mean, that's cold comfort, of course, but it is something.
It's very cold comfort in a chilling environment. I want to add one more note to the news of this, which is in Zuckerberg's own sort of thread about what they were doing. He specifically said that they are moving their moderation and trust and safety teams from California to Texas, and he
Oh,
specifically says we're doing that because the California teams are biased, and therefore you need to put in place the ones in Texas. If that isn't as clear an example of this bowing down, I don't know what is.
it's like they all sat around the table and said, "What are 5 ways we can make Donald Trump feel good?" And
Yeah,
that's what they did.
yeah.
It's shameful, and
Well,
it
can
can
we
be.
just make it? Can we just make a commitment here and say to others, our job is not to make Donald Trump feel
No,
good,
it's not.
and we are for the next 4 years not going to do anything that's intended to make Donald Trump feel good.
Hell no, we won't.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Mark.
Stephen.
See you next time.
Next time.